Hi, I'm Pamela. I'm in logistics payroll here in Garrison. I've been here for just a little while and I absolutely love it. It's actually like my second home. And this is my husband.
I'm Shane Graham. I am a full-time father and a part-time person that just works with their hands. And just do things with wood, cut grass, pretty much anything that I can do that I can see a reward at the end. I can see some progress.
We actually have a son. His name's Carson. He's 12 now. To be honest, we didn't know at first. He seemed very typical. We had amazing growth within him. He learned all his shapes and colors. We did a lot of different activities. I'm always about learning games, growth for him. We literally sat there and just had learning videos and puzzles everywhere. And he could identify all of his body parts, was able to talk to us. And then at 13 months, he literally just stopped talking. And it just was like things just stood still for a while. We didn't know really what to do, what happened. Honestly,
we were like any other parents that would be, we didn't want to believe what, deep down.
That it was autism. And for him to be verbalizing and identifying things and completely coming to a halt, it was quite alarming for us. We didn't know how to transition through life. We were looking for direction. As parents, it was devastating to us because we thought we were doing everything right. As time progressed, we met people and they were actually able to help us a lot. We found out, Carson's got sensory processing disorder. He doesn't really understand emotions, can't really carry on a conversation, and can't pick up on textures and so forth. So that inhibited him for eating. So we thought that he was making great progress and then it all just stopped for us.
The hard thing is when you have a child and, a son, a daughter, and you have all these expectations of things that they're going to go out and do, like sports or, in just anything, you have these expectations, and then to know that the hardest thing is to take those expectations out of the picture and go with the flow that, that he wants, not what we want. It's all about what he wants on an everyday basis. So, there's no guidebook. There's nothing to go by, but he's taught us how to be parents through our struggles, and daily, every day there's been struggles. And to win with it, you just got to truly understand his heart and what he's needing. And we can't say it. One of the things I always wondered if I could ever hear his voice.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I never expected. That would be an expectation. That was my one thing that I would hope that I could ever hear my son's voice, and I have.
From him talking and identifying things and answering questions, he literally went from that to singing. Loved classical music as a child, loved a lot of sensory input. He stemmed a lot. He would rock a lot, and that helped him with his frustrations. We were like,
we were trying to get him to stop doing it. We were like, why are you rocking? But for him, that was his comfort zone.
It really was. It was something he needed. And we were like, oh, don't do that. It's okay. You're fine. Yes. And no, he actually needed that because it was helping him process everything around him. So we're like, why can't he not conversate with us? Why? But he's teaching us. We had to look at life in a totally different light, a totally different angle. And it was his perspective, not ours perspective. So as time progressed and we got him help and some really just amazing and beautiful hearted people came into our lives, just beautiful souls that could understand what we were going through as well as what he was going through. And that just changes everything. So even though he wasn't communicating as far as verbalizing, he was actually leading us to things, pointing at things, and that was his way of communicating.
There's being self-sufficient, and that's what we all want to be, and for him just to start to do that, start to do these things is awesome.
Literally everything that he has overcome from his speech to being able to play, he is now full-blown boy. He will get covered, head,
he loves
toe,
to go
and
play in a
leg.
mud puddle now.
Yeah, and he will, jump in the pool. He can swim by himself, which is great. He swam at a really early age, which is really relaxing for him. We have outdoor swings so he can get his stimming time in. So we've really learned from him. Now he's talking up to 4 words within having a conversation. And the very first time that he started talking is when he was saying, "I love you," and that was without being prompted. And honestly, it was so great because a lot of parents take for granted having a conversation with their kids, and all we wanted was just to know that he loved us back, because we're trying so hard to make a life for him, to help him find his purpose in life. We have a group called the Healer family. Is like they're like second family, and they took him to restaurants, to therapy for us. Now we're able to go to parks and play and have some normalcy. And after so many years, it was really challenging to find what our normalcy is. But I think we're still trying to figure that out. So our normal day for Carson, I come to work earlier, so Shane has taken the roles of doing some daily duties.
So yeah, I get him ready in the mornings.
Yeah.
I get him up and get him in the shower. From then, I get him dressed, brush his teeth, get him ready for school, and drop him off at school. And then that's when he's with some of the greatest teachers we've ever had. He has right now. Then pick him up from school at 2:45, and we go home and we do whatever he wants to do from there. And it's usually swinging some in his bedroom, swinging some outside, swimming.
We love Legos.
So it's just he sets the path for it. It's whatever he wants to do.
And all the teachers have been great. I mean, from and now he's in middle school, and Miss Tanner and Miss Riley and Miss Bobby are up there, and they have helped him. Now in middle school, we're facing testosterone and some different obstacles for us. He started eating food, which is unbelievable. Like Carson was honestly eating 4 or 5 different things, like peanut butter, marshmallows, pudding.
That's all he would eat.
Gummies, all organic, natural, and apple juice and water. And now he's eating to green beans and hot dogs,
carrots,
and mac and cheese and carrots.
Lunchroom food.
Having lunchroom food. Now he's not afraid of trying other foods, and he's enjoying that. And he's talking more. I mean, she literally took photos of him the other day, and he said, "Send them, Mommy." So he wanted to send them to me. So he's actually letting me know what his thoughts are and conveying his thoughts and feelings, and actually able to explain to me what he wants at that time, how he's feeling at that time, and he's able to deal with his frustrations. Literally, I get upset sometimes, and I feel like I'm a failure as a mom, because I'm like, I don't know what's going on and how to help my child. Now he would hit, and he would scream, he would lay out on the floor and kick, and we could go through that for hours. Now he's gotten to the point, we had some ABA, the BCBA got involved and helped us be able to figure out some plans, and he's able to understand when he gets frustrated and when it's coming about and how to handle that rather than lashing out. And
if I could give some advice, I would just say, first and foremost is to seek out the Lord, trust in the Lord for direction, because we can't do it on our own. And that's my rock. That's what I rely on. I would say that there's a lot of struggles involved with it, and through those struggles, there are some wins, and just have to see it for what it is. It's every story is different. Every child with autism is different, and it just takes a lot of patience and learning the child and learning his needs. Once you do that, life gets a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, I think coming to the understanding that if your child is diagnosed with autism, or just even on the spectrum, let's just put it that way, like he said, just make sure that you have that patience and understand what your child needs, but know that you're not alone in the process. So I would just reach out to your resources and don't feel like you're by yourself. You need to make sure they find a purpose in life. And it's us as parents that we do that.
Just think of it like you were chosen as parents for this special child.
Yeah.
The child could have went to anybody, but we were chosen for this special child.
Love the child for who they are and what their skills are, and heighten on that.
I'm still learning what love is. Every day I wake up in your arms. I'm still trying to figure out what works, how to set off all your alarms. I'm still learning what love is. When I'm walking close to you, the best way to hold your hand in mine, the best ways to comfort you. Guess it may, guess it may, guess it may, guess it may always be this way. I'm still learning what love is. Every time you look at me that way, I'm still trying to figure out just how you can still look at me the same. Guess it may, guess it may, guess it may, guess it may always be this way. Even though I may not get it right all the time, I will always try, and I will always stand right by your side. I'm still learning what love is. Every day I wake up in your arms. I'm still trying to figure out what works. Guess it may, 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 guess it may always be this.